Yeah, this testimony is quite a powerful one for us as a team. We see a few healings happening out on the street. This was probably a really significant one for us. We were in church praying, and one of the team members got a man with a broken heart, and I got this particular park. We didn't have anything other than that. We had no clothing colour or anything. We didn't really know. We just went to the park. And it is quite often the case when you get there, you just find a person and you think they fit. And so, we went to this particular park. We got there and we were looking for this man with a broken heart. And we were looking around. We couldn't find anybody, but there was a guy sitting over by the shopping centre there, just sitting down. And we thought we'll just go and have a chat with him. So we wandered up to this guy. And we explained what we were doing and talking to him, to see if he was open to being prayed for and prophesied over. And he just he just came out with all the stuff. He started talking, and he told us the story. He said 3 days ago, he said my girlfriend and I were in our house and we heard a commotion outside. And he said we were. It was pretty loud, so we went outside and it was a girl that was being accosted by a bunch of young guys and being dragged out of her car. And he said we ran outside to give her a hand once we saw her. And in the process of trying to help this girl, he said, I got my hand slammed in a car door, and my girlfriend, she got punched and pushed over and hurt. And he held up his hand, and his finger was his little finger, and it was swollen and broken. But the real heartbroken part is he said that his girlfriend was pregnant and she had a miscarriage because of this. And when he told us the story, we suddenly realised that this was our man with a broken heart. And we sort of were there. We were crying with this guy. We just felt the emotion that was there. The presence of the Lord was there. And this guy's finger, he held up his finger that had been slammed in the car door, and it was so swollen. It almost looked like the skin was going to tear. It was just so huge. And so what happened was we just felt just to pray for his finger. So he just gave us his hand, and we all just laid our hand on his hand, and we just prayed. And within about instantaneously, as soon as we prayed, his face changed, and he said, "Oh my goodness, the pain's gone." Within about 30 seconds, he was moving his finger, and his finger had completely changed colour from purple to normal skin colour. He was laughing, we were laughing. It was just quite an incredible encounter. We got to pray for him and his girlfriend. He already had a relationship with the Lord. He was going to a church, but this was an encounter of the Holy Spirit that this guy hadn't experienced before, and us as a team hadn't experienced. I talked to a doctor afterwards who told us that the symptoms that we told him was most likely a broken finger. Although we couldn't confirm it, he said the state of that finger being so swollen, he said it was likely a fracture or a break. And so in that moment, the Lord just healed that finger, and it was just amazing to be there with that guy at that moment.